Hello everyone, we are here to demonstrate timing a centrifugal advanced Magneto to the M14P engine today. And what we have here, what you see is the M9-35M centrifugal advanced Magneto. The other types of centrifugal advanced magnetos that are out there in the field are the M-9, M9-25, M9-25M, and the Chinese CD5 Magneto.
So first off, on this mag, you have to understand that up here there's a stamp. This stamp is 36 degrees. So with that 36 degrees, you would look at your chart, M14P with the 935M Magneto. Down here, 36 degrees on the stamp is 5 degrees after TDC is where it needs to be installed.
And now we are going to go through the timing procedure of the M9-35M Magneto to the M14P engine.
Okay guys, so first step, pull all of the front spark plugs, all of them, and then find the compression. My way, find the compression, just take my thumb here, move the prop, and then when I can feel the compression, that's the compression stroke. And then the next thing, I have to install, we have this tool, the original Russia tool. I install this here, as deep as I can, make sure it's deep enough. And then we have this little modification, but as you guys can see, we already prepared this. So there is the other sign, the 0, 15 this side, 15 that side. And then now we have to do the procedure, find the 0. Make sure the pointer is matched with the 0.
Explain how we're checking for 0. Okay, so Peter just told you about finding the compression stroke. We always back the prop up so we can install the tool. After we install the tool, we come down and we have some marks here that we put on the actual tool itself down here. What we're going to do is slowly rotate this in to come to the very first mark. And once we're on that mark, find your compression stroke. We back this up to install the tool. Piston needs to be down slightly inside the jug. Then what we end up doing is we're going to come down to this first mark that we have highlighted on our tool. It normally is somewhere around 15 degrees. We'll bring this in slow until the tool touches the top of the piston. And you can see it will start to move now. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Come down here and you'll see we'll come down to the first mark. And that should be 15 degrees on the pointer, which it is. We have 15 degrees up here on the prop shaft. And then what you have to do is go over center to the same mark on the tool, and we'll see where that reads. Come up here, Joe. We're gonna come down here, and we're gonna come into there, and it's at 15 degrees. Now we know that 0 is 0 on the prop shaft. We will back it up, come into 0 on the prop shaft, and we know that that Magneto is stamped 36 degrees, so it needs to go in at 5 degrees after. We did make a mark here so you can see that. We're gonna come into 5 degrees, and this is where we need to install the Magneto and have the points be open when it's on 5 degrees after TDC. Just to show you what's going on here, we did install this Magneto. We're gonna put our buzz box on the points, get ourselves a ground, and we'll see how close we are before we move. And right now you can see that the points are not open. So we'll advance this until they open. And then we'll double check the prop shaft. 8 degrees after. So we have to advance that Magneto, so we'll have to pull it off and do the fine adjustment on the dog on the bottom. Peter, grab the tool, loosen it. I'll back this back up to 5 degrees. There's 5. So now what we'll end up doing, the slotted is your adjustment screw, and now what we end up doing is we will rotate. This is your fine adjustment. We'll rotate this to bring it in. We're 3 degrees off, so we'll have to rotate that to be able to have the mag come on sooner to match up with our 5 degrees after TDC. So what we'll end up doing is we'll actually back this up slightly. Then when we put it into the fixed position, it'll actually move the rotor because of the gear ratio on the inside, and it should come on sooner.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about loosening and tightening?
This bolt is just an extra. This is basically the pinch side. This is your adjustment side. So you want this to be able to completely rotate in there, and that will allow you to make your adjustment on the other side. If you loosen this just a little bit, we can actually take this and back it up, and the dog will actually rotate and back up. You can see how that just backed up. I'm going to do one full turn and see what happens here. We'll just snug that up, and we'll try it again on the plane.
Okay.
So we made our adjustment. Now we'll put it back on the plane and test it. Come on, baby. There we go. It'll stay. Peter will put the washers back on.
Yeah, one is enough. When you are doing the adjustment, one is enough. Just slightly. You have to be able to move a little bit. Just tight up, just snug up a little bit. That's too much. Yeah, you can move it. It's okay.
It's okay?
Yes, it's okay. You can move it a little bit. That's enough.
Now we'll hook this back up and see how close we are. And as you can see now, the mag is on. Now when we get ready to test this, what we have to do is back this up and make sure that this pointer is in the retarded position. So we're gonna go all the way, when you're looking at it, you're gonna be turning it all the way clockwise to where it stops. That way we know that it's loaded, because this is an advance. You can see how this goes, opens and closes. You can see right there, it stays in one position. Has to be in the retarded positions to check it. So now we'll pull it around again, and we'll see where it goes off. Let me know when it goes, Peter. And we're sitting right at 4.5 degrees.
Really just some fine adjustment.
So now it's at 4.5, we're off 1/2 degree. You can actually take the Magneto and turn it back and try it again in the retarded position. There we go. We'll see where it goes now. That's right on 5 degrees.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, one thing that you want to do, and is a sign of a good mechanic, is to, when you mount that magneto back to the case, have it in the middle of the kidney on the mount ear there, so that you have travel either way if you need to do some adjustments on the field and the magneto. You don't want to put it at an extreme position on that travel. That doesn't work out so well in the field.
So now what we're going to end up doing is, after we made our adjustment, we know that the magneto is going to be in the middle of the studs being reinstalled. We're going to tighten up our bolts. This one has already been snugged up, and this is just a snug. This is not crank it down to where it actually distorts that brass dog on the bottom. You can tell if this really starts to squeeze down and it closes up this gap,
or the ends are pinched together.
Yeah, pinched together, it's too tight. Now what you end up doing is putting a cotter key on both of these, and you reinstall the magneto to the buzz box, and you're all good to go.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay.
So everything, magneto, points, gaskets, surface, everything has to be in a good condition. If you guys can see any kind of damage here or something, you have to purchase a new one. As well, the gasket has to be in a good condition. If it is not, just remove it, clean up the surface, and install the new gasket.
Okay. Do you want to mention that that's directional?
Okay, the short one, the shorter,
Shallow,
the
yeah.
shallow gap,
cut.
every time is going to the inside of the engine, to this part. The bigger is going to the brass part of the magneto.
Okay.
Just to reiterate what was happening here with the magneto, setting your timing and everything, each time you back up the prop shaft to bring it back in to check your number, you got to make sure that this is fully clockwise, and that's the retarded position. Otherwise, this will actually sit a little bit like it is now, and you can see that is now back to the retarded position, so it will stick.
And that's at least a degree.
So that needs to be in the retarded position every time you check it.